In our fast-paced world, we often move too quickly. We scroll through news feeds, rush from one task to the next, and protect ourselves from the constant noise. In this rush, something precious is often lost: our connection to deep and difficult feelings. We learn to build walls around our hearts, believing that sensitivity is a weakness. We are taught that being strong means being unaffected, that progress means pushing forward without looking back or sideways at the struggles of others. This environment can leave us feeling isolated, even when we are surrounded by people. We might sense a quiet ache, a feeling that something fundamental is missing from our daily interactions and our public spaces. What if there was a language designed to counter this trend? What if an art movement chose not to be a spectacle, but a quiet space for reflection? This is the core idea behind Boredism. It is a new artistic and social project that places empathy at its very center. Boredism is not just about creating beautiful objects to be admired from a distance. It is about fostering a particular way of being in the world, one that is slower, more attentive, and more responsible. It suggests that art can do more than decorate our walls. It can repair our connections to ourselves and to each other, offering a gentle rebellion against the numbness of modern life. The term Boredism itself is new, but the ideas it represents are timeless. It speaks to the human need for genuine connection and understanding. The followers of this way of thinking are called Boardists. A Boardist is someone who recognizes that our shared vulnerability is not a flaw to be hidden, but a bridge to be crossed. They believe that art can be a guide on this journey, teaching us how to meet difficult emotions with curiosity instead of fear. This principle reframes chaos, the messy, unpredictable, and often painful parts of life, as the raw substance of creation. While society often values order, perfection, and neatly curated images of happiness, Boredism insists we look directly at the chaos. It tells us not to fear darkness, breakdowns, moments of confusion, or emotional turmoil, but to see this chaos as a quarry from which we can extract meaning, beauty, and art. The Boredist does not sweep the mess under the rug. They get their hands dirty and begin to build with it. This principle is a direct refutation of escapism. Art's highest purpose is not to provide a pleasant distraction, but to help us confront, process, and transform the difficult parts of our experience. The chaos can be personal: a heartbreak, a period of depression, a crisis of faith. It can also be collective: social unrest, political division, a global pandemic. For the Boredist, all of this is material. It is the energy that fuels a poignant poem, the texture that gives a painting its depth, the tension that drives a piece of music. The goal is not to eliminate the chaos, but to give it form and find the rhythm within it. Rain Bordeaux's work is a testament to this principle. His paintings are not serene, idyllic landscapes. They are often turbulent, dark, and emotionally charged. Canvases that seem to swirl with deep, stormy blues and bruised purples are a direct visualization of internal chaos. Yet they are not ugly or repulsive. They are profoundly beautiful. Bordeaux finds the harmony within the discord, the light within the shadow. His poetry collection, Cesta Nema Empathie, The Road, has no empathy, is filled with verses that grapple with alienation and struggle, but the act of writing them down, of giving them precise and honest form, is an act of transformation. The chaos becomes art. For someone living by the Boredist Manifesto, this principle is a source of immense resilience. When life falls apart, you are not left with nothing. You are left with material. Your pain, your confusion, your anger. These are not just burdens to be endured, but potent ingredients for growth and creativity. This could mean journaling through a difficult time, channeling frustration into a new project, or simply sharing your story honestly with a friend. By treating chaos as material, we rob it of its power to destroy us and instead harness its energy to create something new, something meaningful, and something that might even help others navigate their own darkness. In a world that lionizes toughness, invulnerability, and the appearance of having it all together, the fifth Boredist principle stands as a profound and comforting paradox. It directly challenges the belief that our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, our broken places are things to be ashamed of and hidden away. Instead, Bourdism proposes that these aspects are the sources of our greatest strength. It is our fragility that allows us to connect with others, our brokenness that makes us compassionate, our vulnerability that gives us the capacity for courage and love. This principle suggests that a person who is unbreakable is also a person who is rigid, inflexible, and incapable of growth. They are a wall that nothing can penetrate, but they are also a wall that cannot reach out. True strength, the Bourdist argues, is not like a wall. It is like a tree that can bend in the wind without snapping. It is the resilience that comes from accepting our own fragility. Acknowledging that we can be hurt is what allows us to be careful with the hearts of others. Admitting that we don't have all the answers is what opens us up to learning and collaboration. Our fragility makes us human, and our humanity is our strength. This idea is visually and thematically present throughout Bourdieu's work. The title of his book, Krotiny Nekadashnyag Karstva, Shards of a Former Empire, evokes a powerful image of something beautiful that has been shattered. Yet, the book itself, the act of gathering these shards into poetry, is an act of strength. The manifesto itself states, "The cracks are not a weakness. They are the places where the light gets in." This is a direct reference to the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold, making the cracks a beautiful and celebrated part of the object's history. Bourdieau's art suggests that our emotional scars are like these golden seams. To live by this principle is to cultivate a new relationship with your own imperfections. It means having the courage to say, "I don't know. I need help. I was wrong." It means seeing your own sensitivity, not as a liability, but as a superpower that allows you to perceive the world with greater depth and nuance. When a Bourdist sees fragility in another person, they do not see weakness. They see a fellow human being and an opportunity for a genuine connection. This principle gives us permission to be wholly and imperfectly ourselves, and in doing so, it unlocks a more authentic and resilient kind of strength. The Bourdieu Rain is a community. We are not alone in our feelings. By choosing to stand in the rain of deep emotion, we find others standing there with us, creating a shared shelter of understanding. Art is not an escape, but an encounter. It is not a sedative, but a stimulant for the soul, asking us to be present, to engage, and to allow ourselves to be changed by the meeting. The intimate is universal. The more honestly and specifically we share our personal stories, the more deeply we connect with the shared universal truths of the human heart. There is no empathy without courage. To truly feel with another is to risk being changed, to risk sharing their pain. It is a quiet but immense act of bravery. And finally, love wins. Not as a naive platitude, but as a hard-won promise. It is the belief that despite the darkness, the steady, persistent, and courageous practice of love and empathy will ultimately prevail. The Bourdist Manifesto is not meant to be a purely theoretical document, admired from a distance and then placed back on a shelf. Its true purpose is to be lived. The principles are designed to be a practical toolkit for navigating the world in a more empathetic and connected way. Moving from understanding the manifesto to embodying it is the central journey of a Bourdist. This transition from theory to practice happens in the small, conscious choices we make every day, transforming abstract ideas into tangible actions that ripple through our lives and the lives of those around us. It is about closing the gap between what we believe and how we behave. Living the manifesto begins with the practice of attention. Empathy is resistance. Art is an encounter. In practice, this means putting down your phone when someone is talking to you and truly listening. Love is political. Chaos is material. Fragility is strength. The Bourdieu Rain is a community. Freedom is responsibility. These are acts of living the Bourdist Manifesto, turning its poetic words into a living, breathing reality. This entire exploration of Bourdism has been, from its very first sentence, an invitation. It is a formal invitation, extended from the heart of the movement for you to begin your own Bourdist journey. This is not a call to join an organization or to subscribe to a rigid ideology. It is a gentle encouragement to adopt a new posture toward the world, one that is slower, more attentive, more emotionally honest, more deeply connected. The journey begins not with a grand gesture, but with a simple, internal decision, the choice to consciously prioritize empathy in your own life and to see where that choice leads you. Your personal journey into Buddhism does not require you to be an artist or a poet. You do not need any special knowledge or credentials. The only prerequisite is a willing heart and a curious mind. The first step is simply to accept the invitation to slow down. In the coming days, consciously create small pockets of stillness in your life. Choose to walk instead of drive. Sit in a park without your phone. Simply stare out a window for a few minutes. This initial act of deceleration is the gateway. It quiets the external noise and allows you to begin hearing the more subtle whispers of your own inner world. The next step is to accept the invitation to see. Begin to look at the world around you with the patient, attentive gaze of someone viewing a rainbow painting. Look at the faces of the people you pass on the street. Look at the play of light on the buildings. Look at the art in your local cafes or public spaces. Approach these acts of looking not to judge or analyze, but with a simple, open curiosity. Let the world present itself to you in its full complexity and beauty. This is the practice of turning everyday life into a gallery of encounters. This is your personal invitation to stand in the Bordeaux rain. Stop hiding from difficult feelings. Meet them with courage and attention. Recognize your own fragility as a source of strength. See your intimate stories as a bridge to universal humanity. The door to the Buddhist world is not locked. It stands wide open. The journey does not require a ticket or a password. It only requires you to take a breath, to open your heart, and to take the first small step into a more empathetic way of being. The journey begins now.